In this video, we're going to make a LED blink for 100 milliseconds every second using the AVR RTC. My starting point is an empty MCC melody project for the AVR 128DB48. Though the API reference use cases paired with a board schematic should work for any supported AVR in MCC melody. The video will give you an overview, but just remember to always check the API reference for the most up-to-date version of the use cases. So I'm going to be looking at the AVR RTC use cases and starting off with 100 millisecond LED blink every 1 second. So here we're going to use both the compare and the overflow interrupts, and we're going to set a compare of 100 milliseconds in a period of 1 second. So we'll enable both interrupts, make sure to enable the global interrupt, we'll select a LED pin, and then you can see the code that we'll use. Okay. So the RTC is a timer, so we will find it over there. So with this component added, we can start off with a compare of 0.2, it's 200 milliseconds, and a period of 1 second. The clock source actually doesn't matter. You can see that by default, we already have an overflow interrupt enabled. So we get the hint about the interrupt manager, and we're going to also add the compare match interrupt. Then what are we going to do in our interrupts? Well, we're going to toggle a LED. So going to our kit window, schematics, we can see that on our kit that we happen to be using, but we can follow this for any other board. And you can see that this LED is active low. So pin grid view, PB3, and we go to pins and have a LED to toggle. So we still have that notification, so interrupt manager, global interrupt enable, and I think we should be good to go. Generate code, come back into our project. So coming into main, we will just RTC set is the pattern. So we'll set an RTC compare callback and an RTC set overflow callback. The compare, we wanted to turn off our LED, so LED set high. And we'll turn it on in the overflow. And we're getting these basic utility functions because we named the pin LED, and so we'll see in pins.h we get these functions which we are making use of. Okay. Compile, program, and so on debug GPIO, we plot all the pins. We can see that there's only something happening on the one of them, and we can pause, add a couple of cursors, and adding one more, 1 second and 200 milliseconds. So we have demonstrated both compare and overflow interrupts with the AVR RTC.